Hi, it's Judith here, and I'm going to continue on the subject of sleep. It's a topical issue at the moment, and this week I want to talk about what you can do about it. Now, quite possibly you've heard some or all of these before, but I thought it was worth gathering them all together so that you can perhaps make some decisions about exactly what you want to do. Now, the old-fashioned way of dealing with sleep problems was to go to the doctors and get sleeping tablets of some kind. I think GPs are much more reluctant to prescribe than they used to be, and generally, from what I've heard, will only do so for a short time just to deal with a critical sleep problem. So what else can you do? Because many people don't want to go that route anyway. I'm going to look at three areas. The environment, the bedtime routine, and then the things that you could do as part of that routine. So first of all, your sleeping environment. Ideally, it should be as dark as possible and as quiet as possible. Now, I know we don't always have control over all of that, particularly depending on when you sleep. Certainly if you're trying to sleep during the day because you work in the evenings or at night, then it can be problematic. Darkness can be managed. When I first moved into this house, I had the curtains from the previous house, which were no, I didn't actually. I bought new ones. That was the mistake. The previous ones were lined. These weren't. And I moved in June, so light early in the morning, and I had to get a blackout blind because I just couldn't sleep either, if I wanted to go to bed really early, which is rare, but more importantly, I was woken up quite early in the morning by the light. So think about your environment. Other factors are the comfort of the bed, the comfort of your pillow. I mean, I am very fussy about my pillow and have been known to take it with me when I go and stay in other places. Although I've got a small version of it now, which is much more transportable. So yeah, the weight of your duvet, generally the comfort of your sleeping arrangements. And I know if you're sleeping with somebody else who snores, quietness can be a problem. I've experienced that one. And maybe if you've had a longish period of not being able to sleep, you might want to move out briefly so that you can restore a good sleeping habit. Anyway, so that's the environment. Bedtime routine. It can be the routine that you do every night before you go to bed, but you want to make it the same things in the same order. The idea is that the routine calms you and relaxes you, and if it is the same every night, then your mind and your body get used to the fact that if I do this, and then this, that means we're going to sleep. So start going to bed at the same time is important. I know it's difficult sometimes, but it really is important if you're trying to re-establish a routine. And yes, doing the same things in the same order, even if they're just the normal pre-bedtime things. Other options that you can add into that routine if you're not already doing them, and again, they must be in the same order, is a warm bath. Maybe with some nice essential oil type products. Lavender's the obvious one, but there are other ones that help with sleep. You can also have lavender in a diffuser that will switch off, or you can get sprays for your pillow. And the smell does help. It's, we've got 5 senses and let's use them all if we're trying to get to sleep and get back into a good sleep habit. Calming tea, non-caffeine, obviously. Well, I hope it's obvious. And I mean, there are so many sleep teas on the market now, so take your pick. I mean, chamomile's the obvious one, but you get that with other things. Valerian, I found, gave me nightmares, so I avoid that. But I know it suits other people very well. And listening to something, a sleep meditation, a sleep hypnosis session, and I will put the link to my session that I offered with the last video, with this one as well. Just a story. I mean, there are, I mean, again, there's so much on the market, and most of it is free. You can get sleep stories. So sometimes a story that you may not get to the end of, but can help you get to sleep. Music works for some people. And if you want to read a real book is the recommendation. And along with that goes one other thing that should not be part of your bedtime routine, and that is being on any type of screen, a laptop, a phone, and a tablet. Even if, like mine, they're ones where you can automatically have the blue light change to a warm light late at night, I would still advise against any screen use. And if you haven't got that facility, then the problem with the blue light is it's morning, let's wake up light. So if you haven't got the facility to change to a warm light, definitely no screens. Even if you have, I would recommend, because of what you're doing. So looking at your emails, whether they're personal or work, being on social media can trigger people into anxious thoughts, or just activate their mind so that you're on that. I talk generally about being on the hamster wheel of thinking, which is there's nothing wrong with the thoughts, but they're just coming thick and fast and you're going faster and faster and faster. But there may also be anxious or disturbing thoughts. So in summary, what you're trying to do is to calm your mind, relax your body, get you into the ideal situation for not only the right amount of sleep, but the quality of sleep. And you're not trying to wake yourself up or energize or activate yourself in any way. So exercise is not a good idea too close to bed. And yeah, doing anything that is likely to get your brain whirring, even if it's not an anxious brain, should be avoided. Okay, I hope that's helped. Hope your sleep improves. Remember that often what happens is we have a situation that causes us not to sleep well. There's some sort of crisis, or a child or a baby or things like that. And our brain is very good at automating things we do on a regular basis. So what happens is, even when the situation is over and the baby's sleeping better, you've then got into a habit of waking up. So that's the routine reason. So what you're trying to do is to stop the habit of waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, or whatever time you do and however often you do. You're trying to create a new habit. And the only way by doing that is to do something else on a regular basis. So your brain says, okay, apparently we don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore. We'd quite like to go to sleep and stay asleep until the alarm goes. Okay, fine, we'll do that. But it does need repetition. Okay, hope that helps, and see you next time. Bye.